I don't know. But yeah, I wore it. It's cozy. Wore it on my walk this morning with my girls. Uh, oh, you're across the river. All right, so you across the river or the lake? Interesting. Tony Big Daddy, welcome in. Uh, Today we are going to be doing a double feature in cybersecurity. We're obviously going to always have our ongoing conversation. Welcome questions. Oh, West Bank. All right, across the lake, Pontchartrain. I believe the longest bridge in the United States, something like that, right? It's got to be somewhere there, around there. What's your favorite team? Carter Baker. I think that these two up here answer it pretty quickly. I got the Browns one for you Browns fans. I always gotta represent, but I'm a Who Dat at heart. I respect and love the Detroit Lions. Also appreciate the other 10, 12 teams I was on, but the Saints changed my life, changed my world. Alvin Kamara is king. 6 though, he put 6 on him. Respect. That was crazy. And all Russian, man. That was even. I mean, when was the last time you saw the Saints rush for 5+ touchdowns? No, across the river. Oh, okay, cool. I see you, Z Cook. What's up, Ezra? What's up, man? Again, nothing, brother. Just December dollars. We're enjoying understanding more about the football world, about sports, how the crossover with sports and finance is, and then each and every day of December, we are learning at least one piece of our money vehicle, understanding what it is. When did you play for the ST? But that's Saints. 2010 to 2013, 10, 11, 12, 13, those seasons. And it's the longest bridge over water. Well, most bridges are over water. But yeah, longest bridge over the water, Lake Pontchartrain, pretty cool. Niners, baby, Sky. Represent, appreciate I love when fans stay true, stay passionate. But this ain't their year. So what up, Niner faithful? But we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next year. Yeah. Hey, hello. Hawkman, welcome back in, sir. Appreciate you. Well, not this year. Yeah, Sky. This account will be permanently closed for child neglect guidelines. Dang, man. What is that about? What was the last year you played in the NFL? 2014 with the Detroit Lions. Actually signed for a hot second with the Dallas Cowboys after that season, but it did not go as planned. He helped me win my league. He's given me money to invest to an index. All right. Kamara helped you win your league, John Kim. Now you're going to turn that, start to use it, understand money, strategize money, be efficient with your money. That's what our mission is. Love it. Cortez, if you could have played any other position, what would it be and why? So I played other positions. I was a linebacker in high school. I was a tight end in college. Obviously fullback in the NFL. I really liked tight end. Tight end was pretty cool because you got to do some of the gritty work. You got to hit people and block and be a part of the offensive line crew. But you also got to go out for routes and catch and get touchdowns and things like that. So if I could choose just one, I would have probably said, how can I be a tight end and be able to play both in the artist world as well as the tough guy world? Unfortunately, I wasn't athletic enough, so had to go to the bruiser spot, become a fullback. What was the topic about today, John? Welcome in. We are going to be talking about cybersecurity, how to defend yourself, questions you should be asking, and really some good cybersecurity practices. And we're going to be doing that here in 4 minutes. Today is not going to be a very long class. We're aiming for 30. And tomorrow we will be back at our normal 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. And we got to finish the week strong. We took off Christmas. We got to make up for it. Vegas, Cal. Christmas was amazing. Sad, hard, distant. My family is still in California, all of those challenges. But at the end of the day, so much to be thankful for. Got to see my girls open up their gifts. I got a workout bench, so I'm creating like a little home gym. And I've been working out on my daughter's, she has this foam block for gymnastics. So I've been doing like my bench presses and stuff on there. My wife saw it and was like, we should probably get a bench. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Also got a chessboard, something I want to teach my kiddos. Something I think a lot of us need to start to learn is how to play chess. Yes, it did kind of pop off after Queen's Gambit, which is a new Netflix documentary. But if any of you play chess, I would welcome a challenge because I was really good at chess growing up. What Ryan, appreciate you, Ashton Vegas Cal. How was your Christmas? Ryan Bloom, what team did you like growing up? I was a huge Niners fan growing up, San Francisco 49ers. So I was with Sky on that train. Carter Baker, welcome to the movement. Appreciate you tuning in. Yes, sir. All love, though. I love tight ends. Hawkman, yeah, they're a good bunch. They got to be a little bit of everything. 5 more days left. Appreciate everything you've done for us this month. John Kim, you know it, bro. You've been taking advantage of every opportunity we have. I grew up in San Francisco. Commercial with Joe Montana was on the field when they retired Jerry Rice's jersey. So cool. Those are those legendary names, those legendary teams. Everybody should sign up for the Money Vehicle course. Woo! Who is that? Mr. Hogue. Appreciate you chiming in. Look at that. This is the movement, and I appreciate that more than anything. Honestly, the way this thing is going to catch fire, the way it is going, is because people like everyone on this call is going to look at 2021 and say, I want to be more in control of my money. I want to be more in control of my financial destiny. And that means I got to invest in myself. We are offering that course. We are doing it together as a group. We are obviously talking about it here online. And Petro Bull, hello. He signed a ball and our tickets for my son. That's crazy, Sky. Danny Air, Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, babe. Jed, how do you feel about the game yesterday? Some fullback love on the broadcast. Lots of fullback love. They were calling him Christmas presents. Man, he earns his carries. So I enjoyed getting to see the fullback. I obviously enjoyed people watching that game, shooting me texts like, oh, did you see the Saints fullback? Like, it was cool. So respect there. Sky User, welcome to the movement. How long did you play in the NFL? I played 7 seasons. If you want to see a quick video on my journey, go check out my other videos on here. My man, Freddie Finance, CFP Love, another person spreading the money message, how we're going to begin to use it, control it, understand it better. Really respect his content. Freddie Finance, dope jacket, appreciate it. Michael Burton, John Kim, love it. And you know what? Hey, fullback fraternity, got to respect it. Finance major, make good money, just don't want to work my life away. Sky. So that is what we're really talking about. This is, and what's cool throughout the course, we give you character studies on, or character scenarios on, 1, helping your friends out, but 2, helping out people. And everybody says, oh, well, when I make $100,000, or when I make $200,000, when I become blah, 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 that's going to solve the issue. The reality is it doesn't matter how much comes in if you don't know how to take control of it and really put money to work for you. And that's the message that we're preaching. I'm not out here saying stop spending so much money or blah, 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 this or that. I want you to just begin to see your choices and to see how to use that money. So I love that you're a finance major. That puts you ahead of the curve on a lot of the topics and subjects. But really, this personal finance game is not one that's being spoken about in high school or college, which is why we are starting to try to have this conversation virtually on TikTok, man. That's what's crazy. People like are like, hey, why are you on that? Or what are you doing? It's like, this is an audience. This is a community. This is an area and a space where people are welcoming coming in. Don McAllister, welcome back. Winner from the other day. Austin Barona, welcome in. And this is that community, and it's growing. As you've seen the account begin to grow, as I get to see people start going through the course, get certifications. And really, my most humbling thing is having people who are looking at it and saying, oh, interesting. So you're not an advisor. You're not trying to sell anything. Well, other than a course. So I am trying to sell a course. But that's what we're going to high schools and saying. It's like, listen, we're not gathering data. We're not upselling. We're not doing anything. This is what we are all about. Danny Ayer, Target audience and goal at the end. What can you describe the money vehicle course? Danny, gladly. So the money vehicle course goes through the first 10 questions of a financial journey. The target audience is for anyone who is just beginning to depart on their financial life. Anybody who is looking at their first paychecks or about to start getting their first paychecks. Really anybody who wants to understand a holistic view of money better. That subject, that class that everybody says should have been taught in high school, should have been in your college. We have it now today virtually and available for you. So the goal at the end of it is for you to not just learn, education is the first step, but is for you to take the first 10 steps of your financial journey. So through the course, you will see each chapter lines up with one topic, one subject around money, not just investing, but we do hit on investing. And you really start to look at how can you create and use your money through this course. So the course is set up to teach you and show you the first 10 and you to take the first 10 actions, which we guide you to and through. And so, I mean, it is that class that I think every high school senior in America, but really we have plenty of 20, 24, 30-year-olds going through the course. So target audience is for anybody who really wants to start to understand money better and to start going through it that way. So 10 topics, 10 questions, 10 actions on your money vehicle journey. Sky, that's what I need help with. I make 25 to 30K per month and not saving anything. That's the point, Sky, is you have not decided what your money bucket system is going to look back. Managing your cash as it comes in. You have not set up your vehicles, whether your bank accounts, your investment accounts. You have not begun to structure it. And I would assume if you're making that much, you haven't started to learn about your taxes and that liability. So this course would be excellent for you if you choose. The beautiful thing is we have brilliant people, smart people who look at it and just say, this is just not a language I've learned. So do not feel ashamed or embarrassed if you don't understand money. Take the course and you'll begin to start. Finance major at Kent State University in Ohio. I know Kent State. Both of my parents are financial advisors at Edward Jones. Kyle, Kenda, love it. And you probably had a better conversation at home about money than most. Both of your parents, I would love to show them this course because it's a great resource for not their clients, but maybe their clients' kids or introduction to some of their clients. But as a finance student and major yourself, I would be very curious, Kyle, for you to go through the course, get feedback. We have students at every campus, not every campus, but dozens of campuses across the country. You know, UCLA, USC, Stanford, Harvard, Texas, Florida, all across the country. Obviously, my hometown, go Cougs, Washington State. We have students going through and giving us feedback. So, Kyle, if you would be interested, Don McAllister, order the book and course. Love it. Such an amazing course. How do you got that job? Another great follow right there. Go check them out. How did you get that job? Good podcast. I was actually a past guest. WCU's has put out some good DBs. The Cougs have had some very strong defensive backs. Love it. Got to talk to one of them the other day in the Abdullah brothers, Hamza and Hussein Abdullah. Just tip of the iceberg of DBU back a couple years ago. Blake Palin. Yo, Blake. What's good? Sky. Sorry, got booted out. No worries. Welcome back in, Sky. Better than any college class. So, one, appreciate it. How did you get that job? My man, Jaff. Hope he's feeling better. But truly, that is one of our best feedbacks is people that are like, man, this should be a college course. It is. So that's cool. But it's also so much better than a college course because it's exactly how you learn. 5-minute video, answer 2 or 3 questions, take an action. That's exactly how the course breaks down and goes through. So I love it. We also need to start creating the advanced class. Level 2 coming soon, John Kim. I know you. I know you're going to be on it. Kyle, and my girlfriend's dad is a whole life insurance guy, and I can't decide which is better. Please explain. So being a financial advisor versus being a insurance salesman or insurance advisor, it is a different category. So today's financial advisor is beginning to look at all aspects of money, insurance being one of them, risk management. We talked about that a few days ago, Represent, Chapter 7. But as you look at that decision, it's going to be understanding what you want to help people with. Insurance is a very needed product. It is something that we need in our daily lives. And so if you want to help people transfer risk out of their balance sheets and off of themselves onto a product in another company, that is where insurance comes in. And yes, you become an expert in a very defined category. An advisor is going to be more holistic, is going to take a step back and say, okay, where in this person's plan do they need insurance? Then how can I go and find that insurance person who is the expert and begin to quarterback that? So how I would look at it in the football terms is an advisor, a holistic advisor, should be more your quarterback, seeing the game, playing it, handing off to the running back, throwing the ball, hitting all their receivers. Whereas an insurance provider is going to be more of that specialist. So they might be a slot receiver or a tailback. You need them in certain situations, but they're not going to be an every down type of thing. So silly analogy, but it works. We also need an advanced class. Exactly. Anyone can take the course. It's geared towards everyone. Short lessons that are easy and memorable. That's JJ15. We met here on TikTok, now going through the course, earning the certification. I only clear about $60K a year and have a family. And can I even do something with that? 100% sarcastic. I don't know if your question is sarcastic, but $60,000 a year, 5 money bucket choices. So that first one's going to be, I made $1, I saved a dime. Start saving $6,000 a year. Is that easy? No, but if you make that choice first, it will guarantee that you achieve it. Then you got to go into society, and I would bet another 15% is going to fall into there. I would bet with kids and a family and juggling so much, you have some past choices, which are debts and bills. You see how much that percentage goes in. I always love to give 1% at least to my compassion or to a charity or a nonprofit, somebody who needs it more than me. And then you land in your present day choices and what you get to spend. So if you make $60,000 a year, in 60 seconds, I could just give you a cash management strategy that you take in a paycheck and you start to use it. And so yes, any income, any paycheck, you can begin to own your financial future if you understand how to use it better. So great question. Who do you think is the best fullback in the league right now? I mean, obviously, my man Juszczyk, however you say his last name in San Fran, is the premier guy. Why? Because he's changing the position. But I like Ham. I know he's hurt right now up in Minnesota. Dude in Cleveland, I got to watch him a couple games this year since the Browns are getting some more prime time. And the young man in Baltimore, he smacked some fools. So it's hard for me to judge fullbacks because I don't get to see them, play each and every week. And, highlights rarely show the fullback, but they're a good breed. So I appreciate it. Yeah. Come at me, bro. Kyle, tough to vote against him. How do I get info? Sky. So we have a link in the bio. Yourmoneyvehicle.com will take you exactly where you need to go. Whole life always. See, that is where I'm going to fire back, Sky, a little bit. I think term life is a scam. So nothing is always. So whole life, term life, nothing is right for everyone. And that's where a lot of people get confused is this one product is going to be the best. Everybody needs this one thing. There is no silver bullet. There is no perfect thing. So you have to begin to educate yourself on what it is, why you need it, and which is going to be the best for you. Personally, if you're in your 20s, I don't think you need life insurance. If nobody's depending on you or your income as a kid or as a spouse or something, you don't need life insurance. That's not what it's for. You need disability for your income. You need renters for your stuff. You need car for your liability. But you definitely don't need whole life that early in life. And, as we look at it from a wealth management perspective, whole life became much more a transfer of wealth than a product in itself. So there's a lot of situations, and that's a great conversation to have. Kyle understood. Thanks, Jedediah, and go Browns. Appreciate it, Kyle. Go Browns. That's right, baby. Niners. So don't forget my boy Anthony Sherman Tank, Kansas City, the big sausage. But let's be real, fullbacks are crazy. All fullbacks are either mean or crazy. I was a little crazier. I'm not that mean, but Anthony Sherman, definitely top tier fullback. Dude's been in Kansas City since I was playing. So he's probably got a 10 spot down there. I think Hill's the best fullback, bro. All right, represent. Technically, he's not a fullback, tight end, quarterback, running back. You don't lose with whole life. See, there's another guarantee thing I don't like to say. You can lose. You can always lose. Anything that has an investment aspect, you can lose. So, and fees, you can always lose in fees. So, Sky, I love it. This is a great education. Level 2, we're going to talk more specifically about insurance. Level 1, we got to understand how insurance works, why we need it, those fundamentals. So today, our topic, and continue with these questions. Bulldog Nation, welcome in, and appreciate you tuning in. Brian, best fullback all time. Let's talk NFL, bro. Jawizzy, welcome back. Best fullback all time. That's really tough. I love Vontae Leach. He was kind of the top dog as I was coming in. Mike Allstott, beast. Sam Gash, Max Strong, Lorenzo Neal, Larry Zonka back, like throwback, fullback. There's just, that's tough. It's a good debate. Let's, Brian Guerra. I'd love to hear your top 3 fullbacks. But you do lose money if you live past your term. Again, so you don't lose money if you live past your term. You just lose the coverage. So if I am about a 30 year and I'm coming up on the end of it and I'm turning 75, when I look at myself at 75, the question doesn't become, did I lose or gain money? I kept the insurance. Now the question is, do I still need insurance? Do I still need somebody to pay off my debts, or somebody to pay an income to my dependents, or somebody to achieve a goal that I was set out to financially? If the answer to that is no, when the term expires, you no longer need insurance. And again, this is level 2, level 3 thoughts we're talking about right here, but I do love to address situations and conversations head on. I come from a very poor family. No one has ever had money and tired of no savings. So sarcastic. Again, I don't know if your comments are serious, and I don't want to fall into the trap, but you are who I really want to help. Truly. I was teaching college students, still teaching college students, teaching wealth management, clients, kids, and I love it. But you are the community. You are the people that we really need to help. And you were never taught this. My father, my mother were never taught this language. I ran into it because I played in the NFL, and I realized if I don't know some of this, it's going to be trouble real quick. So that is what we're out to do. I want to take sarcastic. I want to take you from the first question of why you need to care about money and empower you to take those actions. So I would love, and again, your screen name is ridiculous, but I would love to see how you think about what we're doing. Thank you, Sky. I love the conversation. And really, we're going to set up a session here in the new year to just talk specifically about the pros and cons of both. I'm being very serious, brother. I'm just sarcastic on my own page. I'm really engaged here. Love it, sarcastic. So I'm going to shoot you a note. I want to get you the course because you are who we're going to help. And I would love for your feedback on what the topics are, because we came up with some good ones. Rick and Morty, who that say they're going to beat them? Thick, much respect. Love it. Hello, who's that? Roni Pamak. Okay, so today we're going straight out of, so we're finishing chapter 8 today. We're going to double down. So we've been walking through the 10. Yeah, if you see I got a little finger paint. My daughter got fingernail knowledge. So as you look at it, we're finishing chapter 8. And chapter 8 is how do I begin to protect myself online? A few days ago, we learned about malware versus the new one, which is social engineering. And social engineering depends on us to hack into our information and hack into our systems. So the 5 questions, you can write these down. They're printed very easily in the book, or in the Money Vehicle course, you have a PDF you can download and use these. And trust me, I have them right above my computer because I get phishing campaigns every day, and they're starting to come from areas and avenues I wouldn't really have expected. Now, phishing attacks, social engineering. I got one from LinkedIn yesterday, obviously not from the real LinkedIn. I get ones on my text. I get voicemails. They are coming all over, and all they are trying to do is gather data, trying to get little bits of information. So the 5 questions you have to begin to ask when you receive any email, any new message. Number 1, is this for me? It seems so like obvious, but these are going to be obvious questions that as you pull up an email, you're going to be able to look at and be like, what? So like emails that start out with dear taxpayer, dear policy owner, dear current resident. That's not for me. If you're going to ask me for something, you're going to call me by name. If we have a relationship and I use you as a bank or as a something, you are going to personalize this and make it specific. Dear Jed Collins, I'm talking to you. So first question is this for me? Second question, why would they ask me for that? Why would they ask me for that? Is your bank ever going to reach out and say, hey, sarcastic, or hey, Rick and Morty, or hey, TA, thick, we need to, hey, Kyle 1030, we need your password. Why does my bank need my password? No. Eddie Forcane, I am working with you. You should have my password. You should have my information. If GDRBBK, don't know what that means, but if they come in and they say, hey, well, I need your login or I need your thing. Why are you asking me for this? That's the second question. Why are you asking? 1, is this for me? 2, why are you asking? 3, am I really that lucky? And this is the bummer one. No. Michael Carlin, welcome in. Appreciate your time. But if you look at an email and that email says, hey, good news, the IRS owes you $300. Or hey, good news, your rich uncle or hey, good news, this Nigerian prince wants to. The third question is, am I really that lucky? And that's a tough one because you read some of these things. I've fallen for them. I've fallen for giving information because I thought money was owed to me. But it's just not true. And it's going to be a very interesting company that owes you money and then is going to hunt you down to give it to you. And I will guarantee you this, the IRS is never doing that. One of the biggest cyber attacks in the last couple of years is people calling old people emailing old people and saying, oh, we made a mistake. It's the IRS. It's tax time. We're sorry. We owe you $287.50. No, you don't. So number 3 is going to be, am I really that lucky? I swear, if I can shop the car loan calls, I'll buy any program you have. I swear, if I can stop the car loan. Yeah. Isn't that real? Sarcastic. It's crazy. Never sell your mattress on Craigslist. John Kim, community member, earning his certification, going through the course. I tell a great story about selling my mattress when I was traveling in the NFL. I bought, one of my first purchases was a Tempur-Pedic mattress. Was it a great purchase? I don't know. It was a great bed, and you spend a lot of time in bed, and as an athlete, blah, 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 you actually, back in the day, I got a tax deduction for it. You don't get that anymore, but so as we sold this mattress, we were moving so much that I was like, I just got to get rid of this thing. Like, I need to stop taking it from Philly to Chicago to Cleveland to blah, 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 blah. It's costing too much money. So I put up an ad on Craigslist. My fiance, my wife now did, and we started getting interest. Boom, 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 boom. And believe it or not, which some of you who have worked on this know, the first 2 were phishing attacks. They were scams, and we needed to be able to identify them. And that's where this list really started to come to fruition, was what do I need to be asking to identify these scams and these problems? I will say, though, growing up poor teaches you to never trust these things. Nothing is free. That is a great point. Nothing is free. Anytime somebody is trying to give you something, there is always a reason. There's always something tied to it. And we need to be able to, poor, rich, up, down, whatever we are, we need to be able to identify, especially with our money, who's making money here? Why would a credit card company offer me such great rewards and points and all this kinds of stuff? There's a reason. And that's what we really want to understand. Sky, beautiful. I will be here for the next chat. Live check-in and link now. Be safe. Happy New Year. Sky, love it. Welcome to the community. Glad we're adding value. So this idea, yes, Nothing is free. If somebody is emailing you, calling you, and telling you, I'm going to give you something for free, red alert, red flag. And that's what these questions do. Is this for me? No, red flag. Why are they asking for that? No, red flag. Am I that lucky? No, red flag. So these are the red flag systems. Number 4, why does it look so sloppy? Literally, companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars on their marketing these days, on looking at branding, on logos, on what it says, how it says it. If you're starting to get different things that are funny English, like it looks computerized English, or blurry symbols or logos off, or really if you look at it and say, why is their email address so strange? That is a huge indicator. If this is from Best Buy, why is the email address bestbuyforyouSales.com? No. If it's sloppy, it's not real. People spend too much money to make things in their brand look the right deal. T-Mac, welcome to the movement. Appreciate it. So I keep getting offered the free solar. Jeffrey, right? Free solar. Free solar. For what? What are they looking for? What are they asking? They want information. They want your information. Or why would Congress add money to Pakistan for gender studies in the COVID relief bill? Good question. Yeah, the demand and growth in advertising and marketing degrees has skyrocketed in the past decade. Sarcastic. So if people are putting that much time and energy into this subject, they're not going to be sending out sloppy advertisements, sloppy marketing, sloppy communication. So number 4 is why so sloppy? Number 5, and this is probably the most important. So write this one down. All right, Jason Davis, love your videos. FYI, Christmas is over, so you don't have to wear that ugly jacket you got from your aunt. You're right. But she loves it, and if she jumps on, she's gonna be like, "Oh no, I'm just kidding." What up? Who's that? Fat Boy to Nasty. What up, Fat Boy? So the 5th and final question you need to ask every email you get. Todd Dunlap, welcome in. This is going to be a great one for you to write down. This is just joking. Merry Christmas. No disrespect. I love it. So Snipey and K Donna, welcome in. So the 5th question you need to ask when you get new emails, where's the fire? Where's the fire? Why are they creating a sense of urgency? I think this is the most overlooked one, and it's the most telling as you start to go through those ads. When somebody says, hey, your account's closing in the next 48 hours unless you give us this information. Wait a minute. Aunt Claire always gives him the nicest things. Thanks, JJ. So why are they putting this sense of urgency? Why are they creating a fire? Because phishing, again, wants to lower your understanding, lower your susceptibility of falling for these things. And one of the biggest ways to do that is through creating a sense of urgency. So the 5th and final question you need to write down is, where's the fire? Why is this so urgent? Why are they so set on getting this done in the next 24 or 48 hours? So those are some of the quick 5 questions you ask about every way. And people want to know, how do you defend yourself from social engineering, from cyber attacks? Those 5 questions are going to be consistently running through. Is this for me? Am I that lucky? Where's the fire? Why so sloppy? Begin to diagnose. So here are some of the top 3 or 4, and we list out 10 plus in the course. So check out the course. We have videos on them, really explaining how to do them and what to do. But the biggest ones I want you to understand is, number 1, hover over links. This is one of the simplest strategies. So when you get that email, when you get that link, hover over it. Don't click on it, but just set over it, and it will show you where it's going. And so if you get a link from Amazon and all of a sudden it's directing you somewhere not Amazon, boom, red alert. But do you find people fall for these often? I mean, I delete all of these without opening. So sarcastic, I unfortunately guarantee people are falling for these campaigns each and every day. And for every one you delete, there's 10 more being created. This is a strategy and a tactic of how people are stealing identities, how identity theft is happening right now, and why the government is really taking a hold, because it happens every day. If you are conscious enough and defensive enough to identify them and get rid of them, I will almost guarantee you're 90% effective, where most people are 50% effective, that is a problem. And this is a $1 trillion industry only getting more and more money and more value. So, yes, I do think people are falling for it that much. People need to do some simple critical thinking and realize the motive behind the person contacting you. So, who is that? Jason Davies. Jason, could not agree more. Love it, love it, love it. And that's what's so cool is if we can empower people, if we can educate people on how to do some of that simple critical thinking, you, me, anyone, that is where we want to really see the change. JJ, got your message, excited to make contact with you and grow this community. Guys, that is so cool. Yeah, we got to get LeBron so we can, and I could probably connect you guys via email, but the community is growing. You are the community and you are taking this message. When we really get to where we're going is every one of you is going to look at it and say, hey, Jed's going to pay me to connect him to my high school? Absolutely. And I want to do it because we want the message to get out more than to make money. We want people over profits. So yes, we would pay any of you to make these connections because this community, this conversation, nobody denies that it has to be happening. So hover over links. That's a great way to look and analyze emails. Number 2 is to never hit reply. Whatever it is, whoever it was, if they are true and authentic with their concern or their issue, delete that email and go directly and log in. That is such a key indicator. If I log back into my Bank of America account and I see, boom, there is a big red alert that says something happened. Okay, now I can verify because I came to you. Anytime somebody else comes to you, you got to be cautious. Where are they? What disguises are they really wearing? So I think that is such a big, big piece, is looking at it and saying, do not reply, go direct. I definitely want to make the profits. I'd love to stop worrying about anything going wrong and how to pay. So that is freedom, and that is our goal. We do not say retirement. I think retirement needs to get retired. Our goal is freedom. And what is so amazing is freedom is not $1 million. Freedom is not making $100,000. Freedom depends on your personal, what is going out, and what lifestyle you want. So that is why we really talk about freedom over the other terms, is because that can happen earlier in life, it can happen later in life. But why we really see it differently is because money brings us to freedom. Money is not the freedom. Money is our vehicle to achieve freedom. So another just quick tip, again, go direct, hover over links, stop posting personal information on social media. I think that's an easy one to follow. And the last tip I'm going to give you for today is create new passwords. About every 6 months. In the financial world, about every 3 or 4 months, they make us change our passwords on everything. So I really think changing your password, if you want to see how to create a good password, we give you some specifics in the course. Go check that one out. But that's definitely something that is an easy practice that we need to try to do more and more. I'll die before I retire. I just want to stay busy and not be crushed financially. And that is freedom. If you choose to work, it ain't work really. You choose your passions. That's what's really neat. I really like the freedom concept. Kyle, thank you, Kyle. And so again, this semantics, Kyle, the financial freedom is key because we're talking about different things now. Why we don't say budget is because people have preconceived notions of what budgeting means. Cash management. Okay, that sounds interesting. I can control that. Why we don't say retirement? Preconceived notion of what retirement is. And the traditional sense of retirement with Social Security and pensions is gone. So why we need freedom and why you need to understand money to get there is because your money vehicle is never going to get you to freedom if you're not driving, if you're not in control of it. So you're absolutely right. Freedom is a much better dream and a much better goal, but we need to take the keys of the money vehicle and begin to set it in that direction. How do you feel about a password program on PC versus autosave in browser? So I think some of these new apps, websites, companies who are doing password protections are very cool. 1Password, LastPass, all those things, love them. I think they're really, really strong. But it is hard because, yeah, do they transfer? When you do a created password, does it go to your phone as well as your PC? And So there are some limitations to it, and they are adapting and getting better at those. I think the autosave on your personal computer can be okay, but again, it's not the safest practice. It's not the safest play. It's convenient, but that is one you need to be able to see. So do you use autosave on your browser? On my financials, no. On like some of the things I'm not super worried about, yes, I use autosave. If you want to hack into like my newsletter or something like that, that's a bummer, but it's not as bad as, obviously my money's. I use a password desktop bank that's encrypted. See, that's really smart. And I don't know exactly how that works, but that's really, really cool. So I would love for you to show me how that works, because this is a daily practice. Okay, so good news. We have 2 awards today. Why is that? Because one of our community members was so gracious that they have won and they've foregone their payment. So our question today is going to be, and again, you can win access to the course, you can win a signed book, you can win a rookie card, you can win cash money. But that is what we want to get to. We want to get to empowering people. So our question today is going to be, what is the one question from the list of 5 we went over that you are going to begin to ask yourself as you get more contact, if you get more emails, messages, social media, whatever it is? What is the one that you are going to ask yourself that you think is the best? And again, why I love it this way is I want you to know the information. I more am interested in you actually using the content and the information. So what is one of the questions? You don't have to it doesn't have to be verbatim, but one of the thoughts that are going to come to your head as you open your list of emails. And that's going to be for our win of chapter 8. M. Rodriguez, welcome in. Welcome any finance or football questions. Kyle, my question would be, where's the fire? Love it, Kyle. Kyle _ Ken the 11. Ken the 11. Kyle Ken the 11. Bad choice. Strong. Why so urgent? Then they try and make you panic and make a bad choice. That's exactly what they're doing. I think it has to be why they want the information, and that carries over to live also. Sarcastic. Why are they asking me for this? That's so true. Sam D. Berg. See if the link takes you to the real site. Man, bam. Love that. Sam _D _Bergs. Very good. Let's see. LeBron's. Why is there misspellings? Why so sloppy? That is the truest one. Again, we are spending millions of dollars. And I'm not, but like as a small brand company, I'm spending time and effort into brand and messaging and this and that and logos. If it's sloppy, there's a reason. Love it, LeBron. Julian, welcome back. Just appreciate you in the community. Chris, you still play football? I do not play anymore. My body says I should not. But I still love watching the game, still love analyzing it. And what's really cool is I've actually, as you guys see, I really enjoyed sharing some of my old stomping days with the TikTok community. So what are you doing nowadays? Chris, welcome in. So I own a company called Money Vehicle. It's a financial education company that right now has a virtual course intended to help people start their journeys. Not an advisor, but I am an adjunct professor and now share the class with other colleges and high schools. So it's really cool. Sarcastic. Who knew guy who rammed his head into people would get me into finances? That is awesome. Yeah, now I'm using my head for different things, but sarcastic. If I can scratch this itch and get you interested and make you realize money is not too complex for you. It is not above your head. It is just something that nobody has ever taught you. Me either. I was financially illiterate till my rookie year in the NFL, and I woke up and I realized, like, whoa, this whole thing is going to pass me by. I'm going to waste the opportunity unless I start to learn how to use it. So sarcastic. That's what we're doing. And yeah, I love getting to connect the football world. You guys are going to see in 2021 more of my old teammates and stuff like that popping in, because they're advocates and they're ambassadors as well as you. So that's why the community is so cool. Brian, welcome to the community. Appreciate it. 713. I like that. Welcome. How many people have taken the course? Hundreds. Kyle. So not only have we had hundreds go through, and again, it's not that old. We have national partnerships now with national Greek houses, fraternities. We have athletic departments. I am teaching it at a college. We have junior colleges. We have high schools. We have clubs, groups. So many people signed up and going through it right now. It is so neat because everybody needs it and it is being craved. And really our biggest hurdle is like, do we trust this guy? Do we trust that the content is good? And if you go through it, I guarantee the content will be valuable to you. So lots of people, Kyle, going through. And as the winner today, you get the money or you get access to the course. Dealer's choice there. Let's see. For a first-time investor, do I go with a Miguela Find or an independent company? First-time investor, I would begin with a money vehicle choice, which is a Sam D. Berg's, is going to be a very simple index fund. Then we'll build to how to get doubles and triples. Then we'll get to home runs and swinging away. But build your portfolio on something stable, something that you can be in for a long term. And then you begin to look at, all right, Sam, where do you think the market's going? What do you think is going to happen? Buccaneers are beating down on Detroit right now. I saw that first half, 34-0. Tom Brady, I think he's got a little fire. It's his time of the year. He's going to start showing people. Muramella Find. Sorry. No worries. I really want you on the Barstool podcast. Pardon my take. And for you to have a vote for the Lowerman Trophy. So Sam, okay, mutual fund. Sorry. I would go mutual fund, index fund. Josh Brasher. I would love to be on the Barstool podcast. So if you can hook that up, you let me know how. Wow, that's awesome, man. Kyle, that's what we're doing. How you doing? Boom. Let's go back a step. How you doing? How was your day yesterday? Who's that? That was very nice. Leah, and Christmas was excellent. How was yours? Josh Brewer is 100% right. They love to hear your stories and you'd get publicity. Doc Haas, hook it up. I don't know how to make that connection, guys. Maybe I can reach out, but I was not in a fraternity at Washington State. I was on the football team. They kind of frowned upon football and fraternities, but what's the lowest amount of money to save to start a decent passive income? Yeah, I meant a mutual fund or an index fund. So Sam, I would start with an index fund. We say VT, globally diversified, very low fee through Vanguard. You can start with an S&P 500, Russell, 3,000. Start with that as a foundation. First-time investor, it's a great way to get into it, understand it, and then you can begin to dodge and weave. So, LeBron, what's the lowest amount of money to save to start a decent passive income? So, I think you're going about it the wrong way. I think with whatever money you have, you start to say, well, how does this money go to work for me? With, micro shares today, Acorns, things like that, you can take $5 and turn it into a passive income. If you're talking about like a rental property or something like that, like, yes, you're going to need more. But LeBron, or Julian, I don't know which one to call you anymore, but the idea is to not say, I need to save this much to go and do stuff. The idea is whatever I'm making, anything I'm making, how do I use it? How do I use it? And if I start asking that question, where and how will come to fruition. Hayden, what's up, my brother? Josh, Loman Trophy is college fullback of the year, by the way. So strong. I was a tight end in college, so I was not up for the Loman, but I did win it in the NFL, which was cool. Harry Monkey, what's up? Who's your favorite team, Harry Monkey? Who dat? Liam, it was good. Spent time with my family, so it was fun. Love it. Awesome. Merry Christmas. Yeah, family time's the best around the holidays. What do you think about real estate investing? Dave 2217, love real estate investing. Do I think your entire portfolio should be real estate investing? Absolutely not. Do I think a lot of people would learn a ton by trying to find a single family home that they can start to rent out? Or if I am young and I'm really getting, hoppy, getting a duplex, living in half of it, renting the other half out, I think they're incredible. I think it's great cash flow. I think you get great tax advantages. I think REITs are a great introduction to be able to get into real estate. So I'm a big fan. I have rentals. I love real estate investing, but I always say you got to be diversified and you got to look at it and say, whatever I'm, in real estate, maybe I'm in commercial, maybe I was in office buildings, which a year ago was booming. And as of the last 8 months has been still and silent. So you got to be able to diversify, find an area of real estate you want to be able to own and start to become the expert there. What do you think about day trading? Tide Dog 69. So I think about day trading is this. Let me see. Looks like Tampa Bay. What podcast books do you read? Is it possible? So Ty Dog, what do you think about day trading? So you have to guess right 3 times in day trading. I have to guess what to buy. I have to guess when to sell it. And then I have to guess what to buy again. And that continues. That is extremely hard to maintain a positive string. Look at the history, look at people, look at the Wall Street Journal. Anything is telling us day trading is very, very hard. People can make a ton of money doing it, but it is extremely challenging. You also are in the worst tax brackets when you day trade because it's ordinary income. You don't get any advantages. So what do I think about day trading? I think if you want to spend your time, your life learning about companies and seeing where the advantages are, that's your prerogative. Personally, I don't have the time. I don't have the want to. And I don't believe it's ultimately going to make me more money than I would get betting on the market. So I choose to use indexes. I definitely hedge and get a little creative on some parts of my portfolio, but the majority of my portfolio is using historical evidence that says day trading is not going to pan out over time. But I love people's interest in it, and I'd welcome your thoughts on it. Is it crazy how the fullback is talked about as much? Yeah, we're in one of those moments, a downswing for the fullback, but we'll be back. Cam Newton, welcome back. Is it possible to meet NFL players before a game? Where do I go to see them? I would go to the hotel. They always have, lines up when they arrive at the hotel or after they're leaving to go to the hotel to go to the game. But at the field, no, you're not going to meet anybody at the field. What podcast books do you recommend for those getting into finance? I mean, that's a loaded question, but podcasts right now, man, there's like too many. Let me think about which podcasts. There's some really, really good ones. And honestly, I listen to less financial podcasts and more entrepreneurial mindset and things like that. Right now, I'm finishing up listening to David Goggins' He Can't Hurt Me book on my runs, which I'm enjoying. Tampa Bay will be playing in Seattle, wild card. Where would I go to meet Tom Brady? Your Who Dat Nation, Hayden, Who Dat? How long were you in the NFL? 7 years. Thank you, Adam Holster. Kamara had 6 touchdowns yesterday. You think he'd have 7 if you were lead blocking? Nope. I thought he had as good of a game as you could have ever hoped. All right. I hear a lot of people talking about making a business and paying yourself through it. Yes, sarcastic. So that is the next evolution of why business owners pay so little in taxes is there's a lot of advantages to being a business owner. The tax code that we live in is one progressive, which we talk about in the course, but it is enticing for you to do certain things. Start a business. That's the American dream. The United States tax code is going to promote that and give you advantages. Own a home, a primary residence. Why we give you tax advantages is because we want you to live that American dream. So there is a big tax liability, but only 10% of the tax code is how you pay taxes. The majority of it is how you can avoid or defer or delay. How about swing trading instead? Similar issues. Sorry to change the subject, but I just watched the vid of you being the #1 fullback for the Saints. No worry, Dusty. Welcome in. Rookie to Veteran podcast. Appreciate you, John Kim. I know you can have an IRA through a business. Can it be a Roth? So good clarification here, J Jans. So you cannot have an IRA through a company. IRA is an individual retirement account. You can only have that as an individual outside. You can have a Roth 401k through a company if your company provides it. You can also have a Roth 401 or a Roth IRA. So through a company, I can only have a 401k, 403b, 457, depending on where the company is. IRAs are individual, and that is if I'm on my own. I can also have solo 401ks, which is if I'm on my own, but not your question. So you can have a Roth 401k through a company, and you can have a Roth IRA on your own. So great questions. Favorite stand-up comic? Let's see. Cat Williams, my favorite in college was the Cat Williams stand-up. Was amazing. Jim Gaffigan, obviously, who is just absolutely ridiculous. Man, that's a great question. Favorite stand-up? Yeah. What was his name? Oh, he passed too. Oh, I need to remember his name. I'm not going to remember it off the top of my head. Such good stand-ups, though. I don't remember his name. That's a great question. I need to think of that one. That's a good one. What is a SEP? So a SEP is a simple, it's a pension. So single employer pension, self-employed pension system. So SEPs are not being used as much, but it is similar to an IRA. It has different designations, different restrictions to it. Self-employed pension. So it was a little bit, it was like when we used to live on pensions, a SEP was like, hey, do you want to be self-employed and have that kind of system? So those are kind of not being utilized as much either. Dusty, do you remember your best run in a game? Me carrying the ball or me blocking? Me carrying the ball was probably Monday Night Football against the Seahawks. It was for like 15 yards, and it was a game we got destroyed, so it was one of the few positive plays. And then for me blocking, I don't know. We had some really good runs. Fun fact, Jim Gaffigan played football at Purdue. Did not know that. Definitely just became a little bit more of my fan. Ralphie May. Oh, Ralphie's good. I like Ralphie. Patrice O'Neal. Absolutely. Doc Haws. Yes, Patrice O'Neal. So Ralphie was good, but Patrice O'Neal is who I was thinking of. He was hilarious. Ray Rod, welcome to Movement. John Pinetti. No, I don't know John Pinetti. Is he good? Okay, so let's wrap it up. We have our winners for today. Cybersecurity, social engineering. We understand the 5 questions to ask. We understand a few ways to defend ourselves. So tomorrow we are going to enter into taxes. Taxes. We are not going to have a negative, just like we don't say budget, just like we don't say retire. Taxes are not a negative, and I want to explain and show you why. Cannot thank you enough for your support, for your engagement, for the community. Tomorrow we will go at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, same bat time, same bat channel. I just started a small business. I'm the only employee. What is the best retirement vehicle? Very easy for you. I would start with an IRA and make sure you have money left over. If you just started the business, it's not always easy to have savings year one. So an IRA is going to be very easy for you. If you can, Roth is always good. I played fullback at Utah, 6'2", 240, good NFL back, fullback size. Zach Robertson, first off, y'all just beat my Cougs. Second off, heavy heart for your family right now, bro. Saw the headlines, cannot, just a loss all in all. But yes, 6'2", 240 is excellent size for a fullback in the NFL, especially if you can run and don't mind hitting. That is what they're looking for. So you can play third down back, H-back, 6'2", 240, especially coming out of Utah. You'll get some looks. Keep banging people. So thank you. Be honest. One last question. Do you have permanent helmet hair? No, I don't. If you come back sarcastic, you're going to see I usually have my hair all pretty and doesn't move. But appreciate the question. All right. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you.